Good morning. This morning we're going to make pineapple mango pie. We use a can of crushed pineapple, which is not drained, a can of mango, diced mango, which is drained, sugar, cornstarch, lemon juice, and pie crust. We're going to start by dumping the pineapple in a pan. We're going to add the mango. The cornstarch, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. Then we just stir that all together until it's dissolved. Now, an optional thing I do, and I mean it is optional, is I add 2 drops of yellow food coloring. And I do that because I can't stand the looks of a pale pie. But it's totally optional. I have the oven turned on. It's heating to 425. I have my crust all prepared. So this really shouldn't take us very long to do. I'm going to put that on the burner and turn the burner on all the way. Make sure it's plugged in. And let's move the burner over where it can be seen. This is just a cheap little Walmart burner, but it's very handy for this kind of thing. I think it cost like $11. You want to stir it constantly because you don't want it to burn. In terms of difficulty, this is the second easiest pie I make. The easiest one is pineapple, and the only difference is adding the mango. It's just starting to thicken up a little bit, and this is when you really want to be sure that you stir it frequently. Read that constantly, but you don't want it to burn to the bottom. You may notice little brown pieces in the filling. If you do, that's really nothing to worry about. I like to take them out, but all it is the peeling of the pineapple, or I guess you call it a peeling. When they process it, little chunks make it into the filling, into the can. And I do take them out just for cosmetics, but if you don't feel like it, don't bother, because it won't hurt anything. This is getting quite thick. Now we're waiting for it to boil a little bit. It does happen to be one of my favorite pies. It just started bubbling. So we'll give it a minute. We are done. Get that hot little thing out of here. Okay, now, as I mentioned earlier, I've already done my crust. So what we're going to do now is just pour this into the crust. And yes, it's going in hot. I also did my lattice top earlier. So we'll put that down. Remove our plastic wrap, which is the slickest way I've come up with to do this lattice top. And we'll take our scissors and trim off the excess. You notice I'm sitting in a cookie sheet with parchment paper, and that's because there's a chance this could overflow into the oven. Well, we don't really want that to happen. So Now we just roll the edges under. We want to roll the lattice top under the edges of the bottom crust to help lock it in place and make it look better too. This is a 9-inch pie plate, and there isn't any excess on the bottom crust for sure. Okay, there's that pie already to go in the oven, and the oven is at temperature, so that's where it's headed. And there's our beautiful pineapple mango pie. It's still bubbling, so it's pretty hot. I'll be back after it cools off to take a taste. Okay, this has been out of the oven now for about 3 hours. So let's just see what kind of pie we got here. First piece of pie always comes out a mess, so be prepared. Well, that's not bad. That's what our pie looks like. Still actually kind of warm. That is delicious. If you're curious about the lattice pie crust, check this out.